Hello, good evening, and welcome back. So here we have the first most notable mutation of coronavirus, which is now being displayed in minks. And of course, if there is a significant mutation which could travel from animals to humans and then from other humans to other humans with that transmission, then it's going to mean that any vaccine that comes out for the original coronavirus strain is not going to work on the mutated one, which is to be expected, because if you do not allow the virus to run rampant throughout your population, or quarantine every single person who has it, then if you do a little bit in the middle, like we've done at the moment, then it's going to exist for long enough for there to be mutations, which are still going to be infectious, hopefully less deadly, but hey, it's who knows, it's luck of the draw really, and it's going to then be impervious to vaccines that come out of the original strain. And Denmark's responded in an incredibly heavy-handed way. Where they say they've imposed lockdowns amid mink COVID fears, they've actually just culled their 17 million minks. Yeah, all of it's mink. 17 million. And I mean, it's odd with a country like Denmark to be having mink in the first place. But when it comes down to economic impact, then of course there are certain things that you can't do, and now there are animals being killed, and this is a bit similar to the mad cow disease or foot and mouth, of course, in the UK that we saw a few years ago now from Professor Ferguson's predictions, and that was again utterly useless, especially when it comes down to mad cow disease. Out by a factor of a million, I think it was, on that one. Utter shit. But yeah, completely ridiculous. But what we've seen here, as I say, it's not so important if they've been able to get to this before it's been able to infect people, or many people at least. However, what they've said when it comes down to how many people have been infected, well, in North Denmark, they've had 783 human cases reported, and half of those are related to a strain of the virus that originated in the mink farms. And as you can see, the way that the minks are living when it's very much caged, that this is basically where all of the viruses come from, and they live in squalor, just like most of them coming out of China. Most of the seasonal flu seem to come out of there as well, because of the way that they keep their livestock. So yeah, we're all for free range and hunting if you can. Good luck in England. But otherwise, these kinds of things happen, and then we get the viruses from it. And exactly the same seems to have happened here. And yes, it's now got to human transmission. So hey, if that runs rampant, just like the first coronavirus did, then what are you going to do? You're going to say, well, oh, yeah, great, we got a vaccination, but now we're going to have to wait another year for another one to come out, year, 18 months, maybe even 2 years, something like that. And then what? Are you supposed to do even more lockdowns and then wait for the second wave and then lockdown again, and then you just have an entire economic depression because of it? Has this got a bit out of hand from the people who had planned this? Or is this the idea that we are going to have a new wave that's going to come around and the vaccine is not going to be effective, and therefore you're going to have to get a new vaccination? I mean, even with the flu vaccinations, that's not for all the flu, that's just for the most common variants of the flu to cover them, and the most deadly. That's the point for them, because we know that it can't cover all of the flus. And so is this going to be the same way that, oh yeah, you've got to be vaccinated, just like you update your phone? Have you updated your vaccines? Because this is the new coronavirus one, and don't you know you've got to get it done every year, because there's this very ominous threat that's just behind these city walls, and isn't it good that the government is keeping us safe? Yeah, it sounds more like V for Vendetta every single day. And if you haven't seen that, you should have done on the 4th or the 5th of November. But if you haven't yet, then do watch it, or watch it again if you've already seen it about a year ago, because it's definitely worth seeing, and it is very, very, very predictive of what we're seeing here. And with that, go watch that movie, because it's better content than this. But as always, thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, all the good stuff. Please do let me know down below what you guys think. Do you think that this is, have you got your conspiracy hats on, that the idea is that this is purposeful, or is it just a thing of, hey, yeah, you can try to tame nature, but at the end of the day, we are nature, and nature is going to win out, so you can't do it. There is a limit to how far you can push these things, and it seems like we're finding that limit when it comes to lockdowns and quarantines for COVID. Either way, always intrigued to hear what you guys have to say, so let me know down below. And until next time, have a good one.